Here we are, the week before Thanksgiving. The turkey is hopefully it's been ordered, or you maybe actually even picked it up and it's in your freezer, ready to be defrosted next week. The shopping lists are multiplying, and in the back of your mind, you're already thinking about Black Friday deals, Cyber Monday sales, and all the December to-dos that are around the corner. This is the week when overwhelm really sets in, isn't it? It can feel like too much all at once, the planning, the shopping, the cooking, the organizing, and trying to keep up with work and life on top of it all. But here's the good news, you don't have to let this holiday crunch take you down. So, in today's episode, I'm sharing on how you can use my simplifying fresh start method by just simplifying, tweaking, and resetting to keep you staying organized, not just this Thanksgiving week, but for the whirlwind of those sales, shopping, and holiday prep that comes right after. And here's the best part, these aren't massive overhauls. They're small, daily, weekly, and monthly routines that keep me personally accountable and make the season much more sustainable. So if you're ready, feeling the crunch, this is the episode for you. Hey, friend, just a quick break before we continue. If you're already feeling that holiday rush coming on, no worries, I've got you covered. The Holiday Planner 2025 is your all in one printable to keep November and December stress free. What it includes, your holiday countdown calendar, decoration checklist, gift list, budget tracker, meal planner, oh my gosh, even a grocery list, party games, and even space for some holiday notes. All in one simple, beautiful layout. And this is the best part, it's free and it's an easy download. The link is down below in the show notes. So grab your copy today. Now, let's get back to today's episode. Well, hello, my friend, and welcome back to Organizing with Ease. I'm your host, and if this is your first time tuning in, I welcome you. And again, for my lovely, awesome, amazing, longtime listeners, I'm so glad you're here with me. So here's confession time, okay? So a couple of years ago, it was Black Friday, and guess what? I went without a plan. Can you believe that? I had sticky notes everywhere with gift ideas. I had like 12 browser tabs open. And by the end of the day, I realized that I actually, because I'm still laughing about it, I actually bought duplicates for the same person and completely forgot about the other person. So I'm just like, what? So that was the year that I learned a really big lesson. And that is the holidays aren't about doing it all. They're about doing what matters most with intention. And so for me, that means leaning in on those small, repeatable routines, those daily, weekly, monthly habits that give me breathing room even during the busiest season. So here's a question for you, my friend. When you think about the holiday season, does it excite you or does it exhaust you? Or maybe it's a little bit of both. And that's what we're unpacking today. Let's start with simplify. This is the week to keep things as simple as possible. Because why? Perfection is the enemy of peace here. So, my daily simplify habit, which is that 5 minute counter reset, yes, before I make my coffee, because remember, that's my night, because I definitely do make my coffee. It sounds really silly, but having clear counters each morning sets the tone for the whole day. Wouldn't you agree? When the holiday chaos ramps up, which it does, it's the difference between calm and stress. So I had a client who said to me, I started cooking but got overwhelmed by the clutter around me. Well, I don't know. Did you feel about that? I've felt that many of times. So what we did was we actually built her a 5 minute morning reset. For her, the morning reset was much easier than doing the night one. But regardless, she actually took it on. And so it worked. And she actually even said to me afterwards that chopping her vegetables on a clear counter feels like a gift to myself. And those were just such lovely words to hear. So, weekly on Sundays, I do my meal planning, I do my fridge and my pantry reset. It's not deep cleaning. I do try to toss out those expired foods, taking inventory, making sure I have my basics. This is what saves me from realizing maybe that I ran out of some oil, I ran out of some like my salt and pepper while I'm halfway through my meal of my recipe, right? Trying to make that happen. Never wanting to have that happen. So that's why I do my meal planning. Super important, super easy. In November, my simplifying habit is pulling out my guest linens and serving dishes early. I never skip it anymore because one year I discovered that my table runner and my tablecloth had stains from the prior year's holiday. Not happening because I realized it the night before. So, the American Psychology Association found that 69% of people say lack of time is their top holiday stress. Simplifying your routines saves you time you'd otherwise spend scrambling. So, here's a quote by David Allen: "You can do anything, but not everything." So here's a reflection for you. What's that one thing you can simplify this week? Is it cooking? Is it cleaning? Is it shopping? That would make your Thanksgiving feel much lighter. So now let us talk about that. I don't know, that Black Friday, that Cyber Monday holiday sales. If you don't have a plan, it can totally be chaos. But with a few tweaks, like shopping goes from stressful to manageable. And you're probably saying, like, how? How does that work? Well, for me, I do a daily tweak. Yes, I do, of my 10-minute digital tidy because the digital marketing emails during the holiday season is insane. Don't you agree? Because I don't need all of that stuff. And so for me, it's out of sight, out of mind. And it's just so much easier because the fact that they do such a great deal on marketing and the sales, because that's what they're designed to do, right? They want us to be there for us to be overspend, but that's not what we were going to do. We're going to stay on a budget. So my weekly, usually on a Saturday, I do a budget check-in. So even more so on the holiday stretch, it's nothing fancy. It's just tracking like who I bought for, how much I spent, and where I hid the gift. I have a comments column on that one. And yes, I have lost gifts in my own house before. Shh, please don't tell anybody because and I'm hoping I'm not the only one, but things have happened. You just never know. I'm still shaking my head because I still do it sometimes, still to this day. And then at the start of November, I actually create a master gift list. So, who's on that list? What do I budget? How much do I have? And then a couple of ideas for that particular person that I'm planning on giving a gift. Listen, it's not perfect, but it actually just gives me a direction. So, when the sales hit and I'm shopping with intention, it's instead of being in panic mode. So Deloitte reported in 2023, holiday shoppers spend an average of $1,600, well, 1,652 to be exact. And overspending was most common when people didn't plan ahead. That's a 2023, but I'm pretty sure that 2024, now even going into this year of 2025, that number of 1652 is probably going to be a little bit higher. Wouldn't you agree? Because prices are just gone crazy. A client of mine told me she bought the same Lego set twice. Hmm, done that before. Not Legos in particular, but I've done that before. Because she forgot she had already bought one and she hid it. So there you happen. So it happens when the shopping isn't being tracked. So Benjamin Franklin says it very clear. Beware of those little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. So apropos, don't you think? So, how would you feel to head into Black Friday with a clear list and a budget instead of chasing every shiny deal? So, where are you on that one? Think about it. And now we're going to go into the reset of those routines. So, you've simplified, you've tweaked, and now we're going to finally reset because December will come fast. If you don't reset your routines now, you'll feel like you're always behind. So my evening reset is for me, it's those non negotiables. It's the 10 minutes after dinner to clear the counters, to run the dishwasher, to lay out tomorrow's to dos. It doesn't just mean a reset of my entire space, it also resets my brain so that I can actually shut down my day and I go into my sleep mode and then wake up relatively in that calm mode that I ended the night before. So here is, I thought at first, an evening reset, like I didn't even know, I thought I even have time for it. But once I started, I realized that it actually gave me time back in the mornings. So think about that. Think about your evening reset as giving you more time in the morning, which sometimes can get lost quickly if we have to get those aha moments taken care of, right? At least we have that extra time that we've saved from the night before. Hope you're following me on all that. And now for my weekly, every Sunday, I do my calendar reset. I do my meal planning. I do all of that. I check for the week ahead, anything, concerts, parties, deadlines, family calendar, work calendar. Because in December, this is what's going to keep me from sinking of, wait, isn't that tonight? Or no, wait, was that yesterday and I missed it? Like, how is that happening? Like that feeling, right? So, as the start of December, I block a morning for a home reset. Yes, I do. I check the decor, I consolidate my wrapping supplies, and I update my calendar. Listen, it's not glamorous, but it saves me from the last night Target runs when you're wrapping gifts and you run out of the paper. I'm just saying, I've been there, I've done that. So, again, I actually have now for my holiday wrapping, I've got my little station. I'm making that happen. I've got little my area there. I've got my gift bags, everything set because I'm not going to the Target run lates anymore. Trying to avoid those aha moments. Do you share me? Do you feel my pain on the past on this one? Hopefully, hey, listen, has it happened throughout the year? Sure. Does it happen once in a blue moon? Sure. But you know what? Continuing my daily, weekly, and monthly resets honestly keep me accountable for my actions and so that it all works itself out at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month. It's all good. It really is, my friends. I'm promising you that. So 1 year ago, I have to just skip because my monthly reset, I just didn't do it. I just literally just didn't do it. Just was like, what? You know what? We're already on December the 20th. What in the world am I thinking, right? So because I did not do my monthly reset of my holiday, I took out the decor. I didn't even look at it. I just, took out the decor. I set everything up. I decorated my home, had my wrapping bag, for the holidays. Didn't even look to see if I was missing anything. I assumed that the year before I had done that. I replenished everything. Well, guess what? Didn't happen. Not even close, not even by a long stretch, because I had forgotten that the year before I needed to replenish everything for the holidays for the following year, which was that year. So, yep, so there I was at Target, 9 p.m., fighting for that last roll of the glittered paper. But again, never again, never, never again. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities by Stephen Covey. So, what's that one routine, that evening, the calendars, or is it the shopping that you could reset now to give yourself more peace in December? So, let's do a quick recap, shall we? Let's simplify the Thanksgiving week with what? Daily resets, weekly fridge checks, and monthly guest prep. We want to tweak your shopping. We want to delete those emails daily, do a weekly budget check, and set a monthly gift plan. There's nothing wrong with budgeting for the holidays. And then you want to reset for December, daily evening resets, weekly calendar planning, a monthly home refresh. If you do just one thing this week, make your gift list before that Black Friday. Because guess what? It will save you time, money, and stress. So here is the challenge for this week. Grab a notebook or maybe even just your phone to jot this down. Write down everyone you need to buy for. Next to each name, jot down 1 or 2 gift ideas. And that's it. Simple, right? But by doing this now, you'll shop with intention instead of panic. And you will thank yourself when those sales hit. The holiday seasons, my friend, doesn't have to feel like a sprint you're losing. But with small daily, weekly, monthly routines, you can move through Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and December with more calm and more clarity and so much more joy. If you're still in need of that Thanksgiving prep checklist, it's still available down below in my show notes. You can download. If you are still needing some type of a guidance for those daily, weekly, or monthly checklists, I've attached my daily, weekly, monthly checklist in the show notes, and you can also visit my website at www.dsdeclutter.com. Until next week.